2. We're here playing by myself. Next to me is my cat Theo. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe for the video. We're going to use the Brooklyn Nets versus my team. My team's Brooklyn versus Clippers versus the Nets. That's gonna be a good game. Is that Kawhi Leonard? It is Kawhi Leonard. Stop. I'm not playing with them kids. They like to do cry and cry. I'm not playing with them. It'll be big for them fucking slides.
I have a background in basketball and all that, so I just felt like it would be perfect, and lo and behold, it was.
Steve Stout and Jason Tatum tell you that you won. What was that moment like?
The music was great. I think it was dope.
Obviously, the beat was nice. And he was switching up his flow. That was a good one out the gate.
Again, words can't explain it. Like, that's Steve Stout. You know, I'm used to that.
The borough of Brooklyn is the location for the Clippers. For the Brooklyn Nets, it's a battle between teams with championship DNA. They will have the home crowd behind them in what is sure to be a clash of titans. Clippers, Nets, coming up next on...
I don't know why my brother called me lazy. He's lazy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Saturday afternoon presentation
that's
of
creepy. My team's 12-5.
NBA basketball. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin.
David, he clearly is a special talent, and his resume shows. Thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. The post pairing, Batum and Zubac. Bledsoe is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the small forward position. And for the Nets, Brown out there with Durant. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Harden. And it's Harris in at the 2 spot. Greg, for teams that are slow out of the gate, their fans can really be impatient and unforgiving.
Yeah, media too. I mean, I played New York, so in that town you go big or you get talked about. And it happens in small towns as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sports.
Here's George. The teardrop falls in.
He might operate primarily on the perimeter, playing out of pick and roll and spotting up the threes, but PG could score on the inside.
Brown, good.
Great idea to get your secondary scorers involved early. This helps keep everybody engaged.
Yeah, and he's so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And both free throws good for Zubac. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Back to KD. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for Trey.
I find it really interesting to talk to KD about his origin. Says every memory he had growing up involved basketball. Skip prom and stuff like that. He was just focused on the game.
A nice shot by George.
Well, that three-pointer's got to fire up George and the entire team.
Stolen by Jackson. By himself. And it's George finishing it off.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And Durant grew up in a tough environment. We all know that. Basketball was the only way out.
As it has been for so many NBA players, you feel bad for guys with great talent who get derailed along the way. It takes so much hard work and discipline and luck just to have a chance at making it.
Jackson kicks to Batum. Just 5 to shoot. Zubats, that's good.
And early on, they looked great. They've made all
remember calling me
4
fucking
of
lazy,
their
I'm
shots
sorry.
to start this game.
Harden the pass to Durant. And the Nets, another 3.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Clippers have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Bledsoe against Griffin. Outside for George.
Oh, good.
Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
After nailing the first 4 shots of the game, some relief for the defense. They finally missed one.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And for a player with Blake Griffin's physical makeup, it was a big adjustment when he had to deal with injury issues. I mean, he's really had to reshape his body and his game.
Brooklyn making some changes. Aldridge comes in for Blake Griffin. It's Mills in for Brown. And it's Mills with the ball for Brooklyn. They lead by 4. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure in that one. It didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
It took just a little bit of time, but once they figured out the D on that night, man, their offense was rolling.
The pass to Jackson. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And one thing about Griffin and the injuries, Greg, that he went through, he did everything he could to get his body back to where it needed to be.
And he didn't care what it was, yoga, weights, conditioning, you name it, because he knows how important.
That's cool. My fucking Snapchat updated.
It is to be able to elevate, and Griffin needs to be explosive, and he'll work 24/7 to make sure he is. Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5?
With the ball. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
Yeah, but there's always this point you got to look at where did he also impact the game? It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
And here's Harden for 3, and the Nets another 3.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Jackson. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter of the game. A nice shot by Katie.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the trip.
Harden against Jackson. Shoots over Mills. Jackson misses. Nets leading by 13. Outside Aldridge. Shoots over Zubac. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Durant.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
Here's Aldridge. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
And this one of the few opponents who really stuck it to them during what was an otherwise excellent season for them. You're right. They've got to have revenge on their minds tonight.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile One block.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Winslow's checked in for the Clippers. George against Aldridge. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Paul George right now 1 step ahead of his defender, using the old pump fake.
The Clippers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And the first one drops. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Free throws good for Paul George.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And here's Mills for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Mills has got 6.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
George finds Jackson. No good on the 3. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And more than anything, their 3-point shooting is what sparked them. A fantastic night from long range so far. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Brooklyn.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
And you also have to give them some credit for the ball movement today. Their assist numbers a little bit above average. That's impressive.
Aldridge out there with Mills. Then it's Harden. And it's Durant. And it's Harris in at the shooting guard position. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Drains the three-pointer.
Having a lot of trouble stopping.
Yeah, I know. See you guys in a little bit. Peace out.